Hello, how are we? Welcome to another edition of Up the Reds. So, there's only one story to talk about today. There's a couple of other stories as well, but the main story is, are we or aren't we? Is Liverpool Football Club up for sale, or are FSG looking for a major investor to come up to put some more money into Liverpool Football Club? So, let's look how the rumour started. So, Oystein came out saying that FSG have put Liverpool Football Club up for sale. They're using Goldman Sachs to do a glossy brochure on why it's viable to buy Liverpool Football Club. My take on it, I did make a video earlier on about has the tide turned against FSG. If you want to have a look at that on this channel, I made it a couple of weeks back. Just have a watch of that, okay. But getting on to today's news, what do I think of it? Well, I'm not really sure, if I'm honest. On one hand, they're looking for an investor to put some money into FSG. Is it Liverpool Football Club, or is it other assets within the organisation there? And then on the other hand, you can see why they would want to probably sell Liverpool Football Club. Can't compete with the Arab state-owned football clubs in this country because they'll just write open checkbook, and they don't want to be doing that. The other thing is, have they fallen out of love with football in general? Because don't forget, a year ago, they wanted to be involved in the European Super League. That was a bad mistake by them and other clubs, and it came to nothing there. So yeah, the club's valued at 1.4 billion when I made my video. It's now gone up to between 3.5 and 4 billion. There are people that are interested, so we are led to believe. They are wanting to see everything open on the table, what the club is really valued at, what can they do with the club, taking it further, or are FSG just looking for a investor to manage the club for them? In that way, what I mean is that they'll hold a small stake in Liverpool Football Club, but they'll give a majority stake to an incoming investor or business that wants to take over Liverpool Football Club. It's a funny one. I always think of in America, they do things in franchises. Big organisations own businesses, but what they do is they get you to invest in that business. They want you to run it as a franchise. Do I see that happening with Liverpool Football Club? I'd be very surprised if that was the case. The value, I mean, they built up that value for Liverpool Football Club. Remember, they bought it for 300 million. It had a 200 million pound debt. It now runs probably with a small debt, but the money that it makes is pretty huge, and it will be a good buy for somebody. Do I want it to be a Middle Eastern oil state country that has bad human rights records, etc.? Me personally, no. You don't want to go down that route. It's not going to look favourable to Liverpool Football Club. I understand people will be up in arms and saying we've got to compete with the Newcastles and the Man Cities of this world. Yes, we have. but we've competed with the Man Cities and the Newcastles with a sound footing, with an excellent manager. We couldn't have done it without both. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the next coming days. Obviously, there'll be very interested parties now. This has come out openly. They'll probably want to get hold of those brochures. You know, if they're being published, they'll be ordering them, and they'll be having meetings about them. Or have one other solution to this. Have they already agreed to sell the club in principle to somebody, but are looking for any other interested parties to also be interested in buying the club? So there could be a bit of a bidding war that goes on. I hope that's not the case, because FSG have done some good things for the football club. They've brought the infrastructure up to where it is now. The ground, the football ground itself, the training ground, sorry, the football ground itself. You've only got to look at that, what they've done. They have spent money as well. So yeah, I mean, I'm like everybody else, or the majority of us. We're only guessing at things on here. We're only making these things up. The reporters that are filtering this out must have their ear to the ground and seen something happened. Or it could be a case that we haven't got £100 million to spend in January in the transfer window, which looks like seems to be the going rate for a mid-season transfer window. All in all, interesting times. On the other hand, nervous times. Do we get worried about this situation, or do we go with it? It's just one of those, isn't it? We've done extremely well under FSG. All in all, they've been good owners. They haven't got everything right. I've touched that on my previous FSG video. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting few days. It really is. So let's talk about other stuff. Liverpool drawn against Real Madrid in the last 16 of the Champions League. We'll play them in February at home first, and obviously the March leg will be played at the Bernabeu. We do owe them big time, don't we? I'd love to see us do Real Madrid over 2 legs and comfortably as well. So I'm looking forward to that game. We play Derby on Wednesday. Just want to let you guys know it probably will be full of youngsters at that game. I watched a bit of Derby's game against Torquay. They played them in the FA Cup yesterday. I watched the highlights of that. So yeah, been an interesting game. That obviously we're defending the Carabao Cup, so I'm hoping that you know, we do have quite a strongish team that comes out against them on Wednesday. And then obviously we've got Southampton, our last game before the pathetic World Cup. Looks like they've lost their manager, or about to lose their manager. But we know what happens when teams lose their manager. They all turn into 10 Ronaldos and a Buffon in goals, you know, type of players. So yeah, that'll be good to see. Anyway, as I say, I'm up all in the air with this FSG thing. There'll be lots of commentators out there doing their bits on social and in the media, but we just have to wait and see. But one really important thing about this sale is that the football club involves the supporters. Don't be doing anything behind our backs. We don't want, which I don't think will happen, we don't want another set of cowboys like Gillette and Hicks walking into the football club. Okay, so yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, no doubt we'll speak more about it. Okay, enjoy the rest of the evening. Up the Reds.